who this Schiller Park Families for Public Safety, also known as Schiller Park Families for Safety, some organization that recently popped up during this election. I've been here 20 years, never heard of this organization before. You know, I did stop by their address, which was at 3940 Willow Street. I wanted to find out what their agenda is, what their MO is. I go there, I talked to the worker that was there. He said there was no such organization there, and that this specific address, only other organization there other than the paint distribution place is the mayor's campaign headquarters, same address. I also like to find out why is it the same address, and then why is it on a robocall? A phone number was left to get in contact with this Schiller Park Families for Public Safety. The phone number was bogus. At this point in time, everything is bogus. It's untrue. It's a bunch of lies. You know, and it's oddly enough that it's coming up during an election season. Right? I can only assume, being that the address, the bogus phone numbers, the mailers, and the handouts that are being handed out by your campaign workers are all you.
Yep.
You're out there slandering someone that's running against you. You're dragging people through the mud. You're dragging Rosa, you're dragging Tom, you're dragging Moses, you're dragging Joan, you're dragging everybody through the mud. For what? For what you didn't accomplish? I've had it up to here with this crap.
Yep.
You're not just going after, you're going after a bunch of people now. You're ruining names, you're bringing up feelings that people thought were over. They've gone past it.
Yep.
You're bringing families down.
I don't care. I have a voice.
If you want to play your political games, the ones who play it on a level that we all can feel that, okay, either you accomplished something or you didn't.
What are you doing? That's what we are.
Exactly.
Okay, my name is Kathleen Quinn. I live on the 9916 Eastwood Court of Schiller Park. I am very proud to say that I am a citizen here and that I've lived here my entire life. Unfortunately, I am also very embarrassed for our town right now. It's very disgraceful, and I'm ashamed and saddened that you have no confidence whatsoever in our police department, and you continue to drag our first responders and good people of this town through the mud while doing whatever you want to do politically. Also, while we were out walking around, I personally heard you talking, and when someone had asked you, one asked, why are you doing this to him, Mr. Kialfa? I personally heard you say, I warned him not to run. And then having your And on top of it, having your husband swear on us is just completely uncalled for.
Unprofessional. Unprofessional.
Good evening. My name is Andrew Fadagato. I'm representing the family of Mary Fadagato and Lorraine Makowski. We are asking the board here for an independent review board, outside independent review board, to investigate the deaths of these two women. We would also like the state's attorney, Sheriff Tom Dart, and the FBI involved. Our families deserve answers and closure to what happened.
Hi, Diane Morioka. Kara couldn't be here today, but I want to read something that she stated. She says, if you know me, you know I hate politics in Schiller Park. I lived here just under 3 years of my entire life. This is my home. My family is not one to jump on bandwagon, and I've always said my husband is a very good judge of character. For me personally, it takes me much longer to see the bad in people. This Schiller Park Families for Public Safety is something I was interested in seeing. Anything to help keep the families in this town safe, I'm all for it. However, that was until I saw what the SPFPS were really about. I was really interested to see who was behind this group. Phone numbers leads to no one, address leads to nowhere, until I was coming home and saw a young man going up and down my block putting flyers on people's doors today. When he confronted me as I was walking in my house, I was handed a different flyer, quote unquote, "Sorry I missed you" letter from Mayor Piltaver. I asked if he lived in the village and he said no, but just over the border in Chicago. I asked why she isn't handing out handing these out herself, because residents are going to believe she went knocking on doors. And he said, quote unquote, "Well, she can't be everywhere, but I work for her." FYI, the flyer he was placing on all my neighbors' doors was from Schiller Park Families for Public Safety. He said he works for Piltaver and is handing out a Schiller Park Families for Public Safety flyer. What? Do you use fake names and organizations? I'm really disappointed that Schiller Park Families for Public Safety can't be used for something positive. And she told me when I talked to her on the phone that underneath all those letters that he was handing out was the smear mailings that you were handing out to against your opponent. So, there you go.